The ignorance that people have about HIV and like the progression of drugs and treatment and how we handle HIV these days is like astounding, even within the adult industry.
Well, a fun fact that a lot of people don't know is that I was one of the first people to actually take PrEP before it was PrEP.
Oh, interesting.
So back then, which was like 10 years ago, there was 3 pills. There was a blue, a white, and a red pill that they would take. When I found out the situation that I found out, I was going to marry this person. So I was like, well, I'm already balls to the wall. So, but we obviously took precautionary measures. So we were like, well, what can we do? And one of the doctors was like, you can take 1 pill and it's kind of like a PrEP. It's not FDA approved yet as a preventative,
Can you explain to people who may not, because some people may not know what PrEP is?
Okay, so PrEP is basically, and now it may be different than when I started taking it, but PrEP is a pill that you take that helps prevent contracting HIV, the virus, should you be exposed to the virus. Because how it works, and I don't know a lot about HIV and the medications that are out there now, but back then, and I'm sure that's how it is now, you have to take your dose every day. You have to be religious about your medication, because if you're not, then your viral load will raise. And if your viral load is raised, that is when you are more contagious. Whereas if your levels are, say, 0, the chances of you contracting HIV are very, 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 very low, almost impossible. Which is why people like Magic Johnson would be able to test and they would be like, oh, Magic Johnson doesn't have it anymore. No, he still has. I mean, I don't know. Now he probably doesn't. Now they probably have medication out there, but I used to be such a huge advocate and be so involved with it because I experienced it. But now I'm not so much educated, but just based off of what my previous education from it was, that's what PrEP is. And now I'm under the impression that performers actively take PrEP. It's very popular in the gay performer pool.
And then some female performers take it now too.
Yeah. If you're having unprotected, wild, interactions with people that you may not know or they may not know, because a lot of the times it's not like someone's going out there being an asshole and just, it's a lot of the times they don't know that they have it, which is crazy to me because when you first get sick, you get very, very, very ill. From what he had described to me, it was the worst flu you had ever experienced in your life. So you felt like you were literally dying. So I was taking PrEP. So when I came out, I did have to reinvent myself because my name was like, great, I'm a crackhead, I've got HIV, so it wasn't cool to be associated with like the celebrity that I was associated with because unfortunately he was going through a hard time, so his hard time, I was tethered to that. So I had to reinvent myself, and a lot of it was just like, a lot of therapy, a lot of just like accepting that this is what it is and that hopefully one day it'll go away. And I mean, I'm thankful that, I don't get it as often anymore, but I still do get it sometimes. And it makes me sad because it's like, it makes me sad because that was somebody I loved, So it's like, I think when people come up to me, they just think it was just I was just some hired escort, which
gold digger.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got all that stuff.
Yeah. But that was not the narrative at all. Or the reality of it, that was not it. But the narrative was that I was this person. And so I think reinventing yourself from that is very, very, very hard, both professionally, but personally. I went through a lot of, I had a lot of mental health issues, and I had a lot of, sadly, I had a suicide attempt and I almost died, and that changed my life forever. So I think that, reinvention is so important, but being resilient is even more important.